Hey there, it's Seb Frey here with another exciting episode of Seb Frey TV. I'm sorry I haven't had an episode out in about a week. I was out of town up in Sacramento doing the Realtor thing, meeting with our state legislators and senators and whatnot, talking about how we can, move the ball forward there on California housing. But that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is you don't know what you don't know. And I think that is why you hire a realtor. And this just came to me today because I had to fire a contractor. A few months ago, we had a plumbing leak at our house and it caused some damage, and now we have mold growing. And I called up my insurance company and they said, oh, that's terrible. Well, how about you call this contractor we've worked with before? They're really good. They'll help you out. So I called that contractor and they come over, and to make a long story short, it's been 3 months and I'm nowhere. And the contractor is blaming the insurance company, saying hey, they're not telling me what I need, and they're acting really slow. Then the insurance company is saying, well, you're not telling me what you need. And it's here's the thing. I don't know what I need. I've never done this before. I have no clue, right? All I know is I was referred to a not cheap, right? These guys are not the cheapest guys in town, right? I don't know if they're the most expensive either, but I know for a fact that they're not the cheapest guys in town to solve this problem for me, which is I have this water damage and I want it fixed. That's all I want to do. I want it fixed. I want you to tell me what I need to do, how much I got to pay, and when it's going to happen, and then let's just make that happen, right? But for some reason, that just didn't happen. It seemed like they were really interested in ripping out my cabinet and then just seeing what came of it after that. But there was no hey, here's step A, B, C, D. This is gonna happen on this schedule, right? These are the steps you need to take. There was none of that. There was absolutely zero guidance. And it would have been nice to have something from the insurance company. That would have been great, but I understand why they don't, because obviously they don't want to pay any money out. But from the contractor who stood to make, let's just say, tens of thousands of dollars, right? You would think that they would have, been a lot more proactive in making this whole thing happen. I mean, it certainly wasn't me not wanting to get it done. I wanted to get it done. I just didn't know what I needed to do. And they told me they had lots of experience dealing with insurance companies and they could handle it and it wasn't going to be a problem. And then here now today, they're telling me, you know what? We're not going to help you out. We're not going to we'll rip out your kitchen, but we won't put a new kitchen in for you. That's just too much hassle, right? And that's because the insurance company is basically, saying, hey, I need you to carefully document all this in order for me to decide what exactly we're going to do, right? And I get it. There's ifs, that's, and this, that, the other, it depends on certain things, right? But I literally have no idea. I need help. And my contractor basically just blew me off, and now I'm all by myself. But I had an epiphany. This is why people hire real estate agents, because you don't know. I mean, how often have you sold a house, right? You might have sold a house, but it might have been 20 or 30 years ago, right? It might have been 10 years ago. Certainly not something that you do every day, and you just don't know what you don't know. You don't know what mistakes you're going to make. You might think that by Googling it all or reading a book somewhere that you might know everything you need to know. But you know what? I think most people realize they don't know. They don't know. They have no clue, or not enough of a clue to really make sure that they're going to get the best result without all the hassle and drama and stress that I myself am now going through. So that's why people hire realtors, and that's why I wanted to hire a pretty good contractor to take care of this for me. But just blew me off just like that. And the funny thing is, if I was in a real estate transaction, when the going gets tough, if I just said, you know what, this is just too hard, how would that be for my business? Do you think that would be good for my business or bad for my business? Of course, I immediately went and yelped him and gave him a 1-star Yelp review saying thanks for nothing. But I don't know. I mean, it's been hard. But I can tell you, hey, listen, if you're a person and you want to sell a house, call me. I'm never gonna quit. I will keep going all the way till the bitter end. And hopefully it won't ever be a bitter end. Hopefully it'll be a very easy process. Depends to the extent which my advice and suggestions are followed. But whatever happens, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to quit. I'll be there and I'll do whatever it takes to get that property bought or sold. All right, well, that is it for this episode of Seb Frey TV. Hey, listen, do me a favor. If you have any experience with water leaks in your house and contractors and insurance companies, please let me know, because I can need all the help I can get. I get the feeling I'm going to be in this for quite some time to come. All right, that is it for this episode of Seb Frey TV. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have another episode up for you before too long.